Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a transmission service on this 2010 Honda Civic. It has a 1.8 liter engine in it. We're doing a couple of things to it, and the one of them is the transmission filter. We're going to replace as well. It's an inline filter, and then I'll show you guys what that entails. I wasn't going to record the video because the customer is trying to get their car back. Shout out to my sister Jackie. And but I just figured that I'll do it anyways, just because it's a little bit difficult to get to the filter itself and removing some of the covers in the intake box and where the filter is. So just follow along. So again, to get to the filter from up top, you're gonna have to unlatch all of these latches for your top of the air intake box that houses your filter. These clips right here, you just pull back on this little tab, and then they should just slide up, right? And then disconnect your mass airflow sensor. It's just one clip. You can move that off to the side. So now once you unclip all of these, 4 of them, there's one back there too, right below the brake fluid reservoir. And then from there, you can just lift it up and move it around. And then you're just gonna have to fight a little bit from where this is just houses in there. There's no clamps or anything like that, so it should just come out fairly easy. So now this part is the tricky part. So you're going to remove your air filter to get it out of the way. There is a 10 millimeter that you're gonna have to remove from here, right? And it just sits there. And then another 10 millimeter that you're gonna have to remove back there. And you can just get an extension with a wobbly or a just a elbow, right? You can just get to it, remove those 2. I love to use this silicone spray just because it helps lubricate everything, and you can remove all of these little notches. So the other one that you're gonna have to remove is here. There's like it's just like a little divot that holds it in place that you can just pop it out from there. The other thing that makes this a little bit difficult is you're gonna have to remove your coolant lines that go into your intake system, right? So there'll be some coolant that may come out of this hose here, but I had to remove it from here, remove this PCV hose here, and then the other side of the coolant where it goes down and below. So it's this hose, this hose, this hose. You take them out, and then you have more play. Over here, you're going to have to get a Phillips head to get the screw that you see right there undone. A screwdriver will fit in there. I just have everything like a little bit off, so it doesn't look like it'll fit there, but that's how it fits. So once you get all of those, you get the 2 bolts out, you get it off of this little just seat that it sits on, right? Remove these hose clamps, 3 of them. Then you can start moving it. And this is where I struggled a little bit right here, right? To move it up and away towards the brake fluid reservoir. So once you have it out of there, then you just have to twist and move to get it to clear the engine mount over here. And it just requires a little bit of moving back and forth, and I may need 2 hands for this one just to get it out for this. So I'll just set you guys down, and then we'll go ahead. That's one of the clips that fell. I'll just go ahead and put it back once I'm done right here. Okay, so what I found out that you have to remove it, you kind of have to twist it almost 90 degrees clockwise, so that the bracket that the other bolt holds onto has enough clearance to get it away from the transmission mount And then once you have it free from there, then you can just pull towards you, back and forth, and then it should come out just like that. So if it sits like this, right, you guys might have to, once it comes and gets out of the you get it free from the intake right here, with that hose clamp towards the brake fluid reservoir, then you can just rotate almost 90 degrees or so. So like I mentioned, this bracket right here, and you can see where I kind of like struggled to get it out, and it was hitting the engine mount right there. But once you have that removed, the filter for the transmission just sits on the other side of these heater hoses, right? And the filter is right there. There's a 10 millimeter bolt right here that you remove from the bracket, and then there is just clamps on either side that you just have to remove in order for you to replace that filter. And then I'll show you guys once it's removed. Okay, so what I ended up doing to make my life a lot easier, and then for you guys as well, is I went ahead and removed one of the heater hoses, right? Just went ahead and removed it so that I had more room to play with. And then I removed the bracket for the hoses, and they're all just 10 millimeters. The bracket goes here, and it connects to right there with a 10 millimeter. And then from now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this clamp here, and then try to see where else I can get some room so that I can either remove that clamp there or remove this clamp here, so that I can get access to replace the filter. And like I mentioned, if I need to afterwards, you just remove it via these 10 millimeter bolts, these two. Okay, so what I found the easiest to do is get some pliers, right, to remove the hose clamp from this location here, because you have the most room and maneuverability. So it's just a clamp that you remove, just some pliers, and then because this has been there since the original from the manufacturer, right? It's stuck on there, so you may have to like pry with it, like with a screwdriver or whatnot, to get it loose, and then work it back and forth. Once it breaks loose, you just slide it out. I had to remove, like I mentioned, those two bolts for the bracket, set it off to the side over here so that I had more room down here to remove the hose clamp that you see there with those same pliers. It was pretty easy just to get my hand in there. There's plenty of space. You just remove the clamp, let it slide down, and then I used those same pliers and that same method to like clamp the hose and work it back and forth. And then that way the filter itself would be able to come out easily, because the hose has already been broken. But I'll go ahead and there you go. So all I did once it was broken, I just went ahead and just pulled on it, so ever so slightly, right? And then obviously, because you're opening the system, there's going to be more transmission fluid that'll come out, especially from this location right here. There's going to be plenty of transmission fluid coming out. So once you get that hose clamp out, and then the hose itself, the filter, you can just go ahead and replace, remove the clamps here, the clamps there, this 10 millimeter bolt that holds the filter in place, right? And then you just replace it with the new one. But that's what you need to do to get to the filter, on the inline filter on this 2010 Honda Civic. Like I mentioned, I wasn't going to do a video, but I saw how kind of difficult it was and how to get to it. And I just decided to do it. And I'm pretty sure the customer will be okay with having the car a little bit later, especially because my assistant wasn't available. He said he had an appointment with some tacos. So, Not throwing shade at my dad, but you know. But yeah, that's all it takes. I like always, if you found this video helpful, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel or whatnot. I will also be doing a drain and fill of the cooling system, right? With that, and then I'll let you guys know what that takes, along with doing the spark plugs as well. But for the transmission service, I will show you underneath what you need to do to drain the oil so that you can catch it and then figure out how much you need to fill back up. So I'll show you guys that right now. So with the vehicle jacked, of course, this is just, I just have it as a safety precautions. I have my 2 jack stands on either side. But you'll see there's the plug that's right here, that's on the side of the transmission, right next. So this is your oil pan, right? We also did an oil change for this, right? Drain plug is right there. And then if you follow that, you'll go and you'll see the plug, and it's just a 3/8 ratchet that you're gonna need to crack that loose. And then all the oil will start pouring out from the transmission. Like I mentioned, I used this to catch everything from it, and then I'm gonna pour that into a container so that I can measure how many quarts came out of the vehicle, and that's how many quarts I'm gonna add. Quick way so that you don't have to, figure out how much you need to add, because if you do overfill it, you can run into problems, and if you underfill it, you're gonna run into problems as well. But that's what it takes to drain it. The filter is up top, like I mentioned, and then I'll show you where we're gonna fill it at the very end. So once you have changed your filter, and then you've installed the drain plug, then in order for you to fill it, is you're going to remove this port, right? And it has a little dipstick for your transmission, and that's where you're going to fill it up. Like I mentioned, there's a process to do it, but if you just capture the oil in a container, measure how much came out, that's how much you add. It's just a little bit faster to do it, in case you don't want to follow the whole procedure. But like I mentioned, if you found this video helpful, just go ahead and like, subscribe, do the whole 9 yards, and then until next time.